welcome to Solid Opinions with your host, Solid Dante. Today I have something completely different that I wanted to talk about that I just saw maybe 20 minutes ago. The new Justice League movie trailer, and it was great. Super excited. I made this the Justice League thing over there. That was a really cool. I usually don't watch trailers at all. That's one of the things I usually try to avoid spoilers. And surprisingly, there wasn't really any that I could tell. Maybe it gave away a little bit, but overall, top notch. I guess this is a reaction / analysis of what I saw. Leave the link down below to the video. I'm not going to put it in my video because I don't steal content, but let's get on about it. The first thing up was the Aquaman scene where Bruce Wayne is in a small town and he's talking about a dude that brings stuff to this small town and helps out, which is obviously about, he's talking about Aquaman. And then Aquaman turns around and is like, alright, what do you want? Then they kind of skip around a little bit, shows Wonder Woman a little. They have a little bit of banter. It tries to be more comedic, I think, than the first movie, the Batman vs. Superman movie, which was, from what I understand, I haven't seen it yet, even though I'm a big DC fan. I guess the way I can describe how I felt about that movie is not very excited at all. The trailers were very over dramatic, or it was just too much. I lost all interest in the movie, too much talking about it, but I know I'm going to have to avoid getting off track here. So they showed Wonder Woman, and she looked great. Gal Gadot, I believe, is the actress's name, and yeah, she does a pretty good Wonder Woman. They don't show her too much, really. They only show like her sitting down and her in her suit, but like half in a battle pose. It's kind of hard to tell. The music, I believe, is Jack White. I don't think it's when he was still with the White Stripes, but a very good song for the trailer. I liked it quite a bit. They didn't try to go 70s or 80s. They used somewhat more of a modern song, so good choice on the song. There is a mystery scene of some dudes in some armor burying a chest, which probably an indication is to the next villain. It seems like, from what I've seen and what I've heard, that what is it? They're going to use what's his name? Darkseid. Yeah, so Darkseid with his parademons. That's probably what's coming next. So yeah, possible Darkseid. That's pretty cool. Darkseid is one of my more favorite villains. Superman is one of my more favorite heroes, and he wasn't even in the trailer at all. So, who knows? They haven't spoiled anything yet as far as Superman goes. As you can see right here, bing! That's, I'm a big Green Lantern fan, and there was no Green Lantern at all, not even any hint of the color green, I don't think. So, no Green Lantern in this movie yet. I'd be pretty bummed out if they just didn't go with any Green Lantern stuff at all. Maybe that'll be one of those, like, oh, it was the after thing. But the Green Lantern was really important in Justice League. So, I feel like the exclusion of him, at least, would be a bad idea. He is a very heavy, I guess, CGI kind of character because he creates green shit. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. Then the next thing that they showed was Barry Allen. And I don't like Ezra Miller as Flash yet. We haven't seen anything yet, really. But just from the look of him, I'm not really a big fan. The Flash is really supposed to be a funny, lighthearted character, and this character is kind of funny and lighthearted, but he's also kind of, I don't know, seems very unconfident. And the Flash is just crazy confident. He's one of the most confident, usually, and he's usually very quick to make a decision. He's the Flash. And so, not sure I like his betrayal so far, but it's only been like 5 seconds of him, really. And there was some comedic parts that I kind of thought was kind of funny, but overall, I'm not necessarily sold on the Flash yet. I'm also very critical, I guess, because I'm a huge fan of the CW show. I've been watching it for the last 2 seasons, ready for the third season. Yeah, buddy. And then I also thought it was cool they had a Rick and Morty reference, which was a pretty good, like, that was cool. They had a suicide screen monitor on one of the monitors, I guess, so he's aware of the Suicide Squad. I don't know what that, if that's any indication as to what's already happened in this movie. Um, his suit, when you first saw it, looked incomplete. I was a little critical. I thought, man, that suit kind of looks kind of lame. But then I realized he's not done with it. So we'll probably see a better suit maybe towards the end of the movie, if not leading into the Flash movie itself. Because this is supposed to be basically a setup for all the other movies, which hopefully works. The other one didn't. Not very well at all. That didn't make me excited for Wonder Woman or anything. I wasn't even excited enough to see the movie. So I was very bummed out when I saw Superman Man of Steel. It graphics look great, I guess. Too dark, not really. Superman is just not done very well, and I don't know, the stories they choose for him. You know, they already wasted like Death of Superman. You brought in Doomsday, which didn't look like Doomsday too much. I didn't like that. Uh, they could really do whatever the fuck they want with CGI. You know what I'm saying? They can do whatever they want, and so they need to just go more traditional. Stop trying to make these blobby, weird-looking guys that are somewhat. You have the rights. Use it. Use it. Hire some better CGI artist. Do it. That is my. If you're gonna do Darkseid, do him right. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. But I realize that I'm not being super fair to the Barry Allen on the movie. He's not blonde. Another time that they've, for some reason not made him blonde. He's crazy blonde in the cartoons, comic books. I don't get it. Same with Aquaman, I guess. I like the actor. He was great in Game of Thrones. And, but Aquaman was white with super blonde hair from Atlantis, so I'm kind of curious as to if they're going to even bring that up in this movie. I'm not sure yet. Let's see, I wrote down a couple other things. Cyborg. Cyborg looked fucking badass. That was dope. I'm super excited to see a really a really cool looking Cyborg that has, it reminded me of the cartoons, reminds me of the comic books, so thumbs up on you, Cyborg. You're definitely one of the, ups about the trailer, I guess, if you will. Okay, so yeah, Cyborg was pretty badass looking, though I'm a big fan of practical stuff, and I felt like they could have gone a little more practical. I can't tell if they did use any practical at all. Maybe all CGI, which would be a shame because they've always been able to do cool stuff with, practical. CGI in combat maybe, or when things are getting crazy hairy, but for the suit walking around, a little more practicality goes a long way, I think. But overall, awesome. I like Cyborg, and honestly, this made me more excited for a Cyborg movie because they made him look like a total badass. So that was dope. And Batman. There's not much to say other than Ben Affleck is Batman. It's very surprising. You don't think of Ben Affleck, the dude from, Dazed and Confused, as Batman. Or, he's very funny in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, or a little small cameo. It's been a ton of movies. Argo, which he directed and acted in, is Ben Affleck. Gets 2 thumbs up for the DC Universe. You've done a great job. You're not disappointing. I hope you continue to do what you do. Be Batman, because you're the best Batman so far. That's pretty dope. He doesn't do too much of the I'm Batman voice. I have to be really. And he does it enough grumbling that it sounds alright. It sounds a bit dark, a little menacing, but overall pretty good. Uh, the effects, from what I saw, like the flashes, lightning bolts, which were blue, not mostly yellow. So I'm curious as if, like, in the TV show, blue flash means that he's faster at this point. So I don't know if that means anything or if it was just their choice of how they wanted to show the lightning bolts, like, off him. So I'm not quite sure. But overall, I'd give that a 2 thumbs up of exciting me for the next year's movie trailer, for the next year's movie. Even though it's over a year away, they could do tons of reshoots, make it complete crap. But the first trailer they showed from Comic Con at San Diego Comic Con, was dope, and yeah, it did its job. I regret, not regret, but I wish that this was coming out this year, and not necessarily instead of Suicide Squad, which I'm still not very sold on. Will Smith being Deadshot, just still there's something about him being too much Will Smith, not enough Deadshot. But that's just my opinion. Those are some pretty solid opinions, if you will. I'm Solid Dante. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you like this. Now that I've got this set up a little cleaner, I'll probably do more like this, so you can see this face. But yeah, if you guys like this, go ahead and leave a like down below. Comment. If you've seen the trailer, what did you think? Like I said, my personal opinion is great. It's the most exciting trailer I've seen in a while. I hope they keep doing this. I hope that when they do bring Superman in, they just have a whole new Superman, honestly, because I don't like the guy who's being Superman right now. That may give me some hate. He may look like Superman, kind of, but his character... Superman just has never done well, and it pisses me off because he's not so dark and brooding all the time. Superman is a pretty mild character that, is pretty positive. There is a lot of dark... I guess there's some, like... that's getting off. That's too much off topic. Do better with Superman, damn it. That's my complaint. That's my only complaint with... and also add Green Arrow... Green Arrow would be cool. I'm not the biggest Green Arrow fan, but he is good. Steve Amell is pretty cool. He should definitely be the movie Arrow if they decide to go with that, because he's Steve Amell. He's a pretty big name. Yeah, add Green Lantern. If they don't add Green Lantern, I'd be very disappointed. Very. And as always, stay solid.